Hello, and welcome to a very special episode of What a Nerd. I am Kevin Hoogerwerf.
I'm Gary Boba.
And today, we are going to be looking at a Pokémon commentary. This is for my audition for the Pokémon World Tournament, as well as the National Tournament. And Gary here has agreed to join me in my endeavor, so it's very exciting. Thank you.
Yeah.
Glad to have you here.
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad you could be here.
I love you, buddy.
I love you too. So Gary, who's our first competitor over here in this corner?
In the left corner, we have youngster K-Huge.
And in this corner over here, we've got scientist Gary, who strangely has the same name as you.
No relation.
No relation. Just another Gary who happens to be a scientist.
There are quite a few of us, actually.
Yeah, There's a lot of Garys. So today what we're going to be looking at is a 3v3, and we actually have the teams in front of us. We know who's playing. We know who's competing. So on K-Huge's team, we got a Klefki, a Reuniclus, and a Kangaskhan. 3 very strong competitors. And then on the Gary side of things, we have got a Rotom, we have got a Talonflame, and we have got a Ferrothorn.
And what kind of Rotom is that, by the way?
He's going to be going with the Rotom Wash, the washing machine version, the water type, electric type. Very exciting. I'm very excited to see a Klefki. That is probably my favorite new Pokemon.
It's one of my favorites as well. I don't think it's been seen that much on the competitive scene, but it's definitely a top contender, I would think.
Indeed. Every time I've seen a Klefki, it's done well. It's got my favorite typing in the game right now. It's shared between Klefki and Mawile. It's Steel Fairy type. Only 2 weaknesses, that guy. He's got ground and fire. That's all he's got, man. He's so underrated, this little Klefki. Anyways. Gary, look! Wild Klefki! Master Ball, go! Let's just get right into the thick of it. Let's just see these competitors show off their stuff. Alright, let's begin the battle. In 3, 2, 1! Alright, here we go. We're really getting into it now, Gary. Other Gary here is issuing a challenge.
Right, at first he decides to send out Rotom Wash.
Yes, that's actually a pretty common starting Pokemon for many teams, and he's one of the best Volt Switchers in the game, arguably the best Volt Switcher in the game. So I imagine that that's what we're gonna see here.
And exactly, you're right. That's exactly.
What there we go. And we saw Klefki demonstrating his Prankster ability as well, which gives him +1 priority to status moves. And it looks like he's just gonna be setting up screens here. And Talonflame seems like a pretty good counter to Klefki, I would say.
It does. And you can see with the Swords Dance that he's using Klefki's lack of offensive capabilities to kind of pump himself up without too much threatening him. You can see the shock paralyzing him a little bit, which might be a problem later on.
Oh, definitely. And right there, he might have been using Flare Blitz to take out Klefki, and he didn't. And
it's actually surprising.
It's very surprising. And then, Klefki's got Foul Play, so he does have a trick up his sleeve. What that does is he uses the attack. It uses the attack stat of the opponent. So, Talonflame just kind of set Klefki up. You can see there was a big hit. Yeah.
That is a big miscalculation. And he's trying it again.
Yeah, he's still not using Flare Blitz. I kind of wonder why that is. And Talonflame is out. The recoil was enough to do him in. We didn't even see Klefki use his Foul Play a second time.
That's right, yep.
That's pretty unfortunate.
So that's just an interesting choice for Talonflame to use Brave Bird instead of Flare Blitz. Normally you would think using the Fire type against the Steel would be much more effective. Why do you think he used the Brave Bird instead?
Yes, it's very interesting, Gary. Like we talked about earlier, one of Klefki's few weaknesses is the Fire type, so you'd think that Talonflame would use that move. My only guess is that he must have the Gale Wing ability, which gives a +1 priority to flying type moves. And in this case, Brave Bird is a flying type move and would take priority. So as we saw, Talonflame was paralyzed, so he was going to be slower than Klefki. Maybe he was trying to get the 1-up on him instead of being slower. Klefki's Foul Play can pack quite a punch, especially with Talonflame's Swords Dance, so maybe he was anticipating that.
Right, I see.
Who knows?
It was more of a tactical decision. It didn't exactly pan out, but I can see where he's coming from.
Exactly. And we see Rotom making a return, and Klefki switching out.
And this time he's going up against Kangaskhan. Likely it's probably going to be Mega Kangaskhan.
Oh,
I
would imagine so. Mega Kangaskhan is just a powerhouse in this game. And wow, Rotom actually made a really good call there. Will-O-Wisp has the attack stat of opponents, so that's definitely going to be affecting this Kangaskhan, which, as you pointed out, Gary, is turning into a Mega Kangaskhan. Now, tell me a little bit about Mega Kangaskhan's ability, Parental Bond. What does that do, Gary?
Basically what that does is that any attack Kangaskhan uses goes twice. The second time only hits for half. But
okay, alright.
What happens there is you can use things like Power Up Punch, and it'll do more damage than usual. Right here, yeah. And the buff will stack twice.
Oh wow, yeah, that's what we're witnessing here right now.
Exactly.
And that's just gonna pump Kangaskhan. Mega Kangaskhan's already really high attack to just some insane levels, some just crazy levels. So Rotom, okay, Rotom probably made a good decision there to get out of there while he still could, before Mega Kangaskhan could just decimate him.
And here comes a major wall for Kangaskhan.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Ferrothorn's Steel typing, very good against anything Kangaskhan can really throw at him. Although I have seen some special-based Kangaskhan's that throw out a flamethrower, yes. So Ferrothorns have to be careful. It's very rare, but Mega Kangaskhan has a decent special attack, usable special attack. So I've definitely seen flamethrower used as a counter to Ferrothorn. Unfortunately,
that's not the case here, and Kangaskhan is actually doing more damage to himself than the Ferrothorn due to the Rocky Helmet as well as Ferrothorn's ability. Ooh, tough break for Kangaskhan there.
Yeah, definitely, Gary, definitely. So what we saw there was a really good counter to Kangaskhan, probably one of the best in the game. You saw Ferrothorn had the Iron Barb's ability, which is its only ability, as well as the Rocky Helmet. So with Mega Kangaskhan's ability to hit twice, really, really hurt him.
And of course, the fact that he was burned to begin with does not help.
Oh, absolutely not. That halves the attack of the Pokemon, so it already just wasn't going to do any damage.
Exactly.
Alright, and as we know, the final Pokemon on K-Huge's team is a Reuniclus, or at least the one that we haven't seen yet. So yeah, here he goes. He sends out that Reuniclus and throwing up a Calm Mind right away. Now tell me, what does Calm Mind do, Gary?
Calm Mind, simply put, raises the special attack and special defense.
As we see there, yeah.
And that is perfect for Reuniclus, who's a special wall and also has not a small amount of offensive capabilities that people sometimes don't understand.
Oh, he definitely has a high special attack. The most ways I've seen him is using him is that wall, like you said. He's got a good defense stat, so I usually see him thrown out against physical attackers a lot of times. And with the support of Klefki, he has also got a defense against special defense. And here we saw Ferrothorn's best offensive attack, Power Whip, and it just couldn't even scratch Reuniclus.
And then he responds really quickly with a fighting type attack, which just completely sweeps Ferrothorn. And it looks like Reuniclus is ready to sweep up the rest of the team.
Oh, definitely. Yep. Rotom, is very good, has a high special defense, but I don't know if it's enough to stop Reuniclus here after he's set up. Yep.
And there he goes.
There it is. That's the battle.
That is all she wrote.
Wow, what a battle. It was kind of a close call. I think in the end, youngster K-Huge really had the upper hand there. Reuniclus just in his pocket, just boom.
That's right. For a while there was a lot of back and forth, but Reuniclus was something that Gary just didn't have an answer to.
Absolutely.
And that just ended the game right there.
Definitely, definitely. I really think what it was Ferrothorn made the mistake of letting Reuniclus set up. Maybe he didn't know about.
Do that.
Never. He may not have known about the Magic Guard ability, and once he let Reuniclus set up, I think that was really the turning point in the battle.
I would definitely agree.
Momentum took him out. Yeah. But anyways, thank you for joining us. I am Kevin Hoogerwerf.
I'm Gary Boba,
and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching my video. This is my first time doing a commentating video, and I had a lot of fun with it, so I definitely plan on doing more of these in the future. If you happen to have any, good footage, particularly 3DS capture card footage of some good battles, go ahead and send that my way, and, we'll probably check it out and commentate over it and make jokes or whatever. I also do other videos, so you should check out my Pokemon Snap retrospective / review thing, and also my very recent top 10 awesome things in BioShock Infinite. And if you like this video, go ahead, give it a like, or give my channel a subscribe, drop me a comment, that sort of thing. That'd be good.